There is something quietly magnetic about cancer, a mystery that doesn't shout for attention but makes everyone feel it anyway. It's the kind of power that doesn't ask to be seen, yet cannot be ignored. The world may not always understand cancer, but it always feels them, deeply, profoundly, and unforgettably. Behind their tender heart lies a depth of emotion most people never dare to reach. That is why, whether they admit it or not, people envy cancer. They envy the way they can feel everything and still find the courage to keep loving. They envy the soft power of someone who carries oceans inside, yet walks through life with grace. Cancer is ruled by the moon, the great mother of tides and memory. Their soul moves in rhythms that most others cannot hear. They sense things before they are spoken, understand pain that hasn't yet found words, and love in a way that leaves an imprint on everyone they touch. People envy cancer because they possess something rare in this modern world: emotional honesty. They don't pretend to be unbothered. They don't armor themselves with indifference. They live openly in the current of feeling, even when it hurts. And that vulnerability, so misunderstood by many, is their greatest strength. It's what makes their presence unforgettable. Their love isn't loud, it's patient. It's a love that waits for you when you fall apart, and still sees your light even when you can't. That's why people envy them, because in a world obsessed with appearing strong, cancer reminds everyone that real power is in the heart. If you resonate with this truth, make sure to subscribe to Signs and Secrets so these messages keep finding you when you need them most. The first reason people envy cancer is their emotional depth. They feel everything in full color, while others barely see in shades of gray. They can cry without shame and laugh with their whole body. They can sense when something is wrong, even if everyone else insists it's fine. They have an intuition that whispers to them in quiet moments, guiding them through the storm. This depth can be a burden, but it's also their magic, the kind that turns pain into wisdom and heartbreak into art. The second reason is their loyalty. When a cancer chooses you, you are chosen entirely. Their love is not conditional. It's a vow written in soul light. They will defend you when you're not in the room, protect your secrets like sacred ground, and hold your hand when no one else remembers to. People envy this rare devotion because they know it cannot be bought or faked. It's born from a heart that believes in forever. The third reason is their emotional healing power. Cancer doesn't just listen, they absorb. They feel your pain as if it were their own. And somehow, by the end of the conversation, you feel lighter. You may not know how it happened, but you know it was their energy, the calm tide that cleanses and restores. People envy this because most are still trying to understand their own emotions, while cancer instinctively understands everyone else's. The fourth reason is their protective nature. Cancer loves like a fortress, soft on the inside, but impossible to penetrate without trust. They are the ones who quietly make sure everyone is safe, who sense danger before it appears, who defend their loved ones like warriors of emotion. People envy that sense of security, that unwavering loyalty that makes others feel like home. Fifth, people envy cancer's intuition. They just know. Without evidence, without logic, they can see through smiles, lies, and half-truths. Their sensitivity isn't weakness, it's radar. They can tell when someone's energy shifts, when a room feels off, when something beautiful is about to happen. Their intuition protects them, even when their heart is too kind. Sixth, their creativity flows directly from their emotions. Cancer turns their inner world into art, music, poetry, design, into something that heals others. Their imagination is born from empathy. The moon blesses them with dreams that sparkle like constellations in dark water. People envy how effortlessly they can transform their emotions into beauty, how even their sadness carries meaning. Seventh, people envy cancer's ability to love deeply without needing validation. Their love isn't performance, it's presence. They don't chase attention, they nurture connection. When cancer loves you, you feel it in silence, in the small gestures, in the way they remember the things you forgot about yourself. That level of care is rare, and people long for it more than they admit. The eighth reason is their emotional resilience. Cancer may fall apart for a moment, but they always rebuild stronger. They are like the ocean after the storm, calm, reflective, infinite. They forgive even when they have every reason not to. They love again even after betrayal. That kind of emotional endurance makes others secretly envious because it shows a strength that can't be learned from books or experience. It's written in their soul. Ninth, Cancer carries ancestral wisdom. They are old souls, deeply connected to their roots, their memories, their family lines. Even when they don't realize it, they heal patterns that have been passed down through generations. They feel the pain of those who came before and use it as fuel to create something new. People envy that spiritual awareness, the sense that Cancer's heart beats in rhythm with something ancient and divine. 10th, people envy Cancer's ability to make a house a home. It's not about decoration or material comfort, it's about energy. Cancer's presence fills a space with safety, with peace, with that unspoken warmth that makes you exhale. They create sanctuary wherever they go. That's not something you can fake. It's a soul skill. If this message resonates with you, take a second to like this video. It helps this energy reach more people who need it. And if you want to dive deeper into the secrets of your sign, support Signs and Secrets. Become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. The 11th reason people envy Cancer is their emotional intelligence. It's not the kind that comes from studying psychology books. It's the wisdom of feeling. They understand what people mean, not just what they say. They can read between the pauses, sense the weight behind a smile, and hear the story in silence. Their empathy is their compass, and their compassion is their way of communicating truth. People envy them because they make others feel understood without needing words. The 12th reason is their quiet strength. Cancer doesn't need to dominate to be powerful. Their strength isn't loud, it's enduring. It's the strength of someone who continues to love even after being hurt, who chooses forgiveness, not because it's easy, but because it frees the soul. People envy that inner steadiness, that peace that doesn't rely on approval. When the world crumbles, Cancer rebuilds with their bare hands and their whole heart. 13th, Cancer embodies the divine feminine energy, regardless of gender. They nurture without being asked, heal without needing credit, and love without demanding a return. Their energy mirrors the moon itself, receptive yet commanding, tender yet infinite. When you are near a Cancer, you feel something sacred, as if the universe is hugging you through them. People envy that power because it can't be manufactured. It's ancient, inherited, celestial. The 14th reason people envy Cancer is their memory. They remember everything. Not to hold grudges, but to preserve meaning. Every moment, every glance, every kindness, they hold it close. They remember your favorite song, the things you say when you're tired, the look in your eyes when you lie to yourself. Their memory makes them deep, poetic, and human in a world that forgets too quickly. People envy this because Cancer reminds them of what's real, what lasts. The 15th reason is their capacity to love through darkness. Cancer has seen betrayal, heartbreak, abandonment, yet they still love. They still believe. They still offer compassion to those who don't deserve it. They understand that love is not always safe, but it's always worth it. People envy that kind of courage, the courage to open your heart again and again when the world tells you to shut it tight. But this is what makes Cancer truly powerful. Their light doesn't come from perfection. It comes from surviving the darkness with grace. It comes from standing in the wreckage and saying, I still choose to feel. Their emotional scars are not weaknesses. They are proof that the soul can break and still bloom. Cancer is the storm and the calm after it. They cry, then create. They fall, then rise. They ache, then nurture. Their cycles mirror the moon itself, ever changing but always returning to fullness. And that's what makes them eternal. People envy Cancer because they reflect what we all wish to be, deeply human, deeply alive. When you look into a Cancer's eyes, You don't just see a person, you see stories. Entire universes made of emotion, memory, and intuition. They love as if it's their sacred duty, and they forgive as if they're tending to their own wounds through you. That is why people can never truly let go of them. Their presence is unforgettable. Their love changes the frequency of your soul. Cancer walks through life carrying invisible oceans. They feel tides that others can't name. They can drown in empathy and still find the strength to rescue someone else. That paradox of being both fragile and indestructible is their greatest mystery. People envy it because it reveals what true resilience looks like, softness that endures. Cancer's power lies not in control, but in surrender. They flow, they trust. They move with the lunar rhythm of becoming and unbecoming. And when they break, they don't crumble, they evolve. That's something people can't understand until they've lived it. Every Cancer has known loss. They've loved people who didn't stay, nurtured souls who took more than they gave, and learned the painful art of letting go while still loving. But through it all, they never lose their tenderness. They never stop believing in the beauty of connection. They love as if it's oxygen. And that love, that unstoppable tenderness, is what makes them eternal healers. Cancer is not afraid of the dark. They are born to bring light into it. They will sit beside your pain, not to fix it, but to honor it. They'll remind you that emotions are not flaws. They are sacred languages of the soul. They teach us that feeling deeply is not weakness. It's wisdom in motion. And that's why people envy Cancer the most, because they are proof that sensitivity is power, that love can still be a revolution. That compassion is not a sign of fragility, but a declaration of strength. Cancer is a mirror for all of humanity's forgotten heart. They reflect what the world has lost: authentic connection, genuine care, intuitive truth. They are the moon's emissaries, walking among us to remind us that love, no matter how much it hurts, is still the greatest force in existence. So if you are Cancer, or you love one, know this: your heart is your crown, your emotions are your armor, your kindness is your rebellion, and the way you care, the way you love, the way you feel, that is your divine signature. Never let the world convince you that it's too much, because what you carry inside is what keeps this world alive. If these words stirred something within you, take a deep breath and let your heart speak. Like this video if you felt seen. Subscribe to Signs and Secrets so you never miss the guidance meant for your soul. And in the comments, share your date of birth and zodiac sign. Let's see how the moon has shaped your own journey of love and healing. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.